Yeah!
Easy now, Walker. You are all right. This is Starhaven, home to peaceful adepts. There is a letter and the key to the door on the dresser. For surviving a dragon attack, you look well. The healers did an admirable job, yes?
Ah, good. You're awake. Come, let us speak.
Zamorak is pleased to see you are awake. You have slept for many days, and this one feared the worst. Still, it is not every day that one walks away from a dragon attack. We both were. The caravan that brought us to Northern Elsweyr was attacked by the Great Beast. Luckily, the adepts of Starhaven witnessed the event and came to our aid. They brought us here and worked diligently to heal us. A humble adept, nothing more. This one was exiled from his home long ago, but felt the time had come for him to return. That is not a tale that Zamorak wishes to tell. Not right now. Besides, the Grand Adept wants to talk with you. Best not to keep him waiting.
Greetings. This one is Majadro, Grand Abt of Starhaven. He is glad to see you in good health, traveler. It is not every day that one survives a dragon attack. Bright moons must have blessed your path. You were carrying the letter when we found you. It looked important, so we left it where you could find it. But how do you feel, traveler? Did the dragon cause any permanent damage? Let us test your strength then, yes? Though this one is now Grand Adept, he once trained the warriors of Starhaven. Sadly, it has been many years since Majadro last sparred with a pupil. Not here, of course. This is no tavern brawl. Collect a training sword and meet this one outside in the gardens. Let us prove ourselves where Joan and Jode can see us. Take out one of our training swords and meet this one in the gardens. The skies warn of a changing season. Can you see it? This one fears the dragon that attacked you was only the beginning, traveler. Dark moons loom on Elsweyr's horizon. Of that, Majadro has little doubt. But enough talk. We came here to spar, did we not? Majadro can think of no better. Like the two divine moons that dance in harmony, let the balance of your blade reflect the balance of your soul. Are you prepared to start? Let us begin! Solid strike! Once more! Again! Sleek work! You strike well, but can you guard? Now! Quick! Strike while this one is off balance! What a powerful blow! Shield yourself! And once more! A brutal hit! Once more! Strike with force, traveler! Such masterful strikes! But what if you are in distress? Now break free of this one's trap! Prepare for another trap! Get ready for another! Now, bash much again! Press your advantage with a heavy attack! Again! Stop this one's attack! Quickly now, stop this one's strike! If your enemy charges their assault, strike! Interrupt their attack and punish their hesitation! How good it feels to spar with a student again! Come now, let us continue to the Adeptorium. Wait, did you hear that? A dragon! Look out! You must help the other adepts. Take the passage through the catacombs. This one must go warn Zamorak.
Stop this! Starhaven's adepts are peaceful!
Another corpse for our army! How grand!
Thank John and George you arrived. Well, it looks like you've certainly recovered from your wounds. And just in time to put that Yoraxian Jekyll's seat in his place. Zisvo, is this one grateful we found you in that wreckage? The soldiers said they were searching for something, but they barely gave us any chance to respond before they started attacking. It is best to leave. There is no reasoning with these maniacs. Yes, this one heard its terrible voice, like something out of a Moonsinger's stories. Ijadi had hoped to make her way to the Dragonhorn Tower, but she fears that fierce warriors now block her path. Not to mention the dragon circling overhead. Atop the tower sits the Dragonhorn, said to ground dragons with one mighty call. Though Ijadi is not sure if the legends are true, it is our best hope against such a brutal foe. All we need is someone to blow the horn. It seems folly not to try. Then you must exit the catacombs and follow the path north. There, you will see the tower. This one cannot promise the plan will work, of course. The Dragonhorn is very ancient, very brittle. But we must try, yes? Moons be with us. We will wait until you have blown the Dragonhorn. If the dragon is subdued, that will be our best chance to escape. If not, well, we will try to be swift. That is good to hear. Ijadi feared the worst. If you see them again, try to stay by the Grand Adept's side. He may seem steady as a rock, but age has caused his edges to crumble. Many moons ago, Akaviri warriors known as the Dragon Guard protected this land. It was they who built the Dragonhorn Tower, a gift to safeguard Starhaven against the dragons that once plagued Elsweyr. So the legends say. What a shame the Dragon Guard no longer walk the sands of Elsweyr. We could use such warriors during these troubling times.
The dragon may be subdued, but not for long. This one fears for those inside the Adeptorium.
Then Zamorak and the Traveler will go. You should take this chance to escape.
Majadro will not run while his disciples are in danger.
As you wish. Let us be quick then. The beast blocks our way. We must fight.
Burn, fool!
Let us leave this place before the beast returns.
Why did the dragon flee?
It was called away. This one heard its name on the wind. Balok Dan.
Called away. Do the dragons work together?
Perhaps. At the very least, this dragon seems to have allied himself with the Euraxians.
Then the rebellion has begun.
Yes, this one is afraid it has. Come, traveler. Let us speak.
Ijadi will look after her fellow adepts, don't you fear. Though this one knows it will not be easy to return Starhaven to its former glory.
We must rebuild Starhaven. What would Elsweyr do without it?
Here you are, saving all of us with your heroic deeds. And what does Runji do? He faints at the first sight of danger. If we are to survive, he must become stronger. He must!
Thank you for saving Majadro's disciples. You have a courageous spirit. It will do you well should you decide to stay in Elsweyr. And this one does hope you decide to stay. The Khajiit need heroes like you during these dark times. And only more to come, this one fears. Before you leave, you should speak to Zamorak. It seems that he's also decided to leave us. Perhaps he can help guide you to your next location.
Grand
Walker,
Abbot Majad,
one more thing.
what will we do now?
Starhaven is no longer safe. Who knows when it'll be attacked again?
To give in to despair, this is easy. Let us instead find strength and hope. Joan and Jold will one day shine on Starhaven again. This we must continue to believe.
Starhaven is safe, but the danger is far from over. I fear there is still much to do, Walker. The letter you carried. Zamorak must confess that he read it while you were recovering. This one has heard of Abner Tharn. He is a battle mage and former advisor to the Emperor. He seeks allies to stand against this rage of dragons. Zamorak wants to help the Khajiit Defense Force, but he has something he needs to check on first. But you, Walker, your aid would be immeasurable. Find Abner Tharn in Riverhold. Offer your assistance against the dragons. Hurry to Riverhold. Find this Tharn. Meanwhile, Zamorak must go to the Desert Wind Adepts. This one needs to make sure his old master knows about the dragon threat. Safe travels, Walker.
No good can come of that place. Greetings, Walker. You are not also going to the abode of ignominy, are you? As its name implies, it is a moonless place full of forgotten secrets. This one saw a stranger setting up camp outside the cave nearby. Local legend says that Mafala worshippers used to lurk there. Raising dead too, I think. To venture so close to such a place, it does not seem wise. A Khajiit woman. Cathay by the look of her. She wore the attire of a sorcerer. But then I could put on a tin crown and claim that I am an emperor. She stays there heedlessly, or lingers with bad intentions. Either way, no good can come of it.
Are you? Did Caldathir send you? Well, don't even try to stop me. Oh, well then, greetings. My name is Naramako, and I intend to walk right into this spooky cave and find the works of a brilliant Khajiiti mage. Before you ask, yes, it is full of slavering, undead, and yes, I am petrified to the point of weeping. You mean to help? Well, I guess there's no harm in delegating. According to my research, a powerful wizard named Marzulajo used this place as his laboratory. If you find his notes and any memory stones he might have left behind, I would be indebted. Thank you for looking into this, Walker. I can't wait to rub this discovery in that sour-tongued Caldathir's face. It's always, be careful with this and don't meddle with that. He's just a fat old bully. According to my research, Marzullo Joe had a great fondness for animals, just like me. He even discovered ways to bring them back to life. At least I think he did. Fuzzy on the details. Anyway, his notes and memory stones should hold the answers. Yes! You're not going to scold me like Caldathir, are you? It's just a frog. A single hoppy little frog. What harm could that do? Anyway, he's the one who made me kill the poor thing. And for what? A water-breathing potion? I can't even swim! What? No! Of course not. It's completely different. You're a... Oh, dear. Well, call it whatever you like. Guild regulations clearly state that manipulating white souls, the lesser souls of beasts, is completely fine. So there. My high elf alchemy professor, and a heartless, saggy-faced brute. I'm a member of the Mages Guild, you see. To progress, I have to show proficiency in potion making and such. He's a meanie! Every potion we make includes some terrible reagent, like a baby newt or a sweet little toad. I don't even like to hurt fleas, let alone innocent amphibians. It's called the Abode of Ignominy. Say that 5 times fast. I did a bit of research before I set out, but I didn't find much. A few cryptic references to a temple that collapsed into a sinkhole or some such. Well, when the name includes the word ignominy, it's a safe bet that it's nothing good. I found a reference or two to Mafala, the clan mother of dark secrets. Probably something to do with her. Ooh, gives me the shivers. My hat...
A land of fertile valleys and grand hills. But enough about Rajin's past romances, yes?
sugar snout. My sweet boy. I don't... It's not fair. You were so young. So young. I'm going to fix this, boy. I'm going to bring you back. I promise.
No, Sugar Snout! Stop! You're killing him! I never intended... What did I do wrong? This isn't you, sweet boy! This isn't you! Now, this is a little unorthodox, but I just felt horrible about what happened. Bringing you back to life is an imperfect solution, I know, but I am confident you'll get used to this, new beginning. Zorir, no! Stop it this instant, please! I can fix this. I just need to paint a restraining word to... Stop! What are you doing, Zorir? No, 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 no! No! Don't do that! Don't do... Ah! Ah!
You're back! Not that I had any doubts, mind you. So, success? Did you find Marzula Joe's notes and memory stones? A Senge tiger? That's remarkable! If he managed that, the frog should present no challenge at all. Thank you so much, Walker. When I publish about this, I'll be sure to mention your contribution. I can't wait to see the look on Kaldathir's face. I wonder how long after death you can perform these rituals. Do you think they would work on something smaller, like a mosquito? So many questions. Oh, let's not overreact. Advanced spellcraft is as much an art as it is a science. Sure, he may have encountered a few bumps along the way, but that's to be expected. I won't fall into the same traps. Trust me.
You seek an extravagant mount consistent with your noble magnificence, yes? I can help.
Riverhold isn't just known for our farms, you know. We also export a good deal of fish due to the local river. Thus the name, yes? Though we can't hold a candle to southern Elsweyr, of course.
Manassi is honored to offer his wares to warriors in such a noble rebellion. After all, no war can be won without the proper supplies.
Ever the voice of reason, Speaker. You must be here about my summons. Good, good. I was just telling Lord Gareshri and Chimera that someone would answer my call. Since you're here, I presume you will wholeheartedly agree to help us save Elsweyr from a rage of dragons? So much better than flock or herd, don't you think? The Khajiiti Defense Force isn't prepared to deal with a threat as big as dragons, especially since they were fighting to liberate Rimmon when the huge beasts arrived. Stay focused. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we must assist the Defense Force. Rendezvous with us at their command post. On your way, however, I have another task for you. I detected a series of power surges that I want you to investigate. I was formulating a spell to track the dragons when I noticed several surges of arcane energy not far from here. They reminded me of an old acquaintance. Has a way with portals. If it is him, I want you to secure his help against the dragons. Hard to say with certainty, but I don't believe so. They remind me of Sir Cadwell, who somehow opens portals with a power of similar intensity. Check the locations I marked on your map before you make your way to the defense camp. What do they teach young people these days? You've never heard of the great Abner Tharn? Advisor to emperors and battle mage supreme? No? Well, take my word for it. I'm a very important personage. You should feel honored to meet me. Never heard of Cadwell? Don't tell him that. Cadwell may be the oldest soul-shriven in Cold Harbor. For all his eccentricities, he's certainly the most sane. Fancies himself a knight of old. If you find him, secure his help against the dragons. Lord Gareshri is the Speaker of the Main and the commander of the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force. His aide, Chimera, serves as both a diplomat and a spy, though she would never call herself that. If you want to know more, feel free to ask them. My half-sister, Euraxia, conquered Rimmon and other parts of Northern Elsweyr about 6 years ago. The Khajiiti Defense Force has slowly been taking back their province, but Rimmon is well fortified. And now, because of the dragons, things are worse. A militia drawn from the prides of northern Elsweyr. Garesh Ree, the Speaker of the Main, has taken command during this crisis. With Dominion troops busy fighting the Three Banners War, the Defense Force must deal with the Euraxians and the dragons.
You're responding to Abnur Tharn's letter, one of the promising adventurers. I hope you can help us. But where are my manners? Welcome to Riverhold and the province of Northern Elsweyr, also known as Anequina. I am the Speaker of the Main, a position in which I've served faithfully for many years. I represent our spiritual leader, the Main. In addition, I command the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force during this time of trouble. We're dealing with more than just dragons, unfortunately. A few years ago, Abnur Tharn's half-sister Euraxia conquered Rimmon and parts of Northern Elsweyr. We recently liberated Riverhold and were about to do the same for Rimmon when the dragons appeared. It's almost as if they came to her aid. Do what Abnur Tharn asked. Just as he once served as advisor to emperors, he has agreed to help me formulate strategies and tactics for use against the dragons. It is the least he can do, since he had a hand in setting the horrid beasts loose.
Another outsider comes to Elsweyr, as if we did not have enough problems between Abnur Tharn and the dragons. Ah, do not mind me. Great beasts rampaging through my homeland tends to put me in a foul mood. I am Kamira. I assist the Speaker of the Main and serve as his agent. With both the usurper queen and the dragons ravaging northern Elsweyr, there is much for me to do. Too much, I fear. But I will persevere. What can I tell you that you cannot guess? That these fearsome creatures of legend have returned to threaten Elsweyr? That much is obvious. Damn it. This is all Abnur Tharn's fault. Dark Moons, take him! That arrogant Imperial! For an advisor to emperors and a renowned battle mage, he demonstrates a disturbing lack of caution. It was Abnur Tharn who entered the halls of Colossus and released the dragons. He says that was not his intention, but... what do my beliefs matter? Dragons have come to Elsweyr, destroying everything I hold dear. As the Moon Singers say, the path to oblivion is paved in good intentions. So, damn Abnur Tharn. Damn him for unleashing this terror upon us.
No, Azazi. Never touch a Daedric monster, especially a dead one.
Don't be such a nervous netch. The dead can't hurt us. But where do you think it came from?
It stinks of Cold Harbor. Perhaps one of the Usurper Queen's lackeys summoned it, yes?
Don't touch the dead thing, Theduna tells me. Like I don't know how to handle a Daedric corpse. I wonder what killed it, though. Maybe it ran afoul of a dragon.
I saw you. I watched you go from location to location, just like the man with the pot on his head. Are you one of the soldiers intent on digging up every plot of land? Or are you simply a deviant who enjoys skulking and slinking through the wilderness? Oh, do not play innocent with me, stranger. You must be working with that pale, gaunt fool with the ridiculous mustache. Why else would you be visiting the same places that he did? Unless... Are you an agent of the Usurper Queen? Euraxia, the hated Imperial who conquered Rimmon and falsely claimed to be its queen. Do not feign ignorance, outsider. I had just about enough of that when I talked to the man with the pot on his head. You sound as confused as he was. Kept talking to his pet lizard bird like he expected it to answer. The last I saw, he headed east. I suppose you'll find him in that direction, and south of Riverhold. Just stop skulking around.
Uncanny. It looks just like the lovely place I dreamed. Hello, have you come to pay your respects to this poor fellow, too? It was the strangest thing. I was looking at this very gravestone in a dream. So here I came, And there it is, all solid and everything. Important? I have no idea. I suppose it must be. I saw it in a dream, after all. Or was it a vision? I get those two confused. Anyway, I felt a sort of pull and stepped through a door, and then pish-posh, on as a bantam gua, and here I am. Tharn, you say, the grumpy battle mage. How is the old boy? The surges were probably just me. My portal took a few tries before we honed in on this exact location. Now, why don't you take a look at the gravestone and see what you make of it, hmm? Well, it took a few tries to find the exact spot I saw in my dream. A number of frightfully rude lads and lasses occupied the first location I visited, demanded my surrender, if you can imagine such a thing. Naturally, I gave them the old heave-ho. Foul smelling, I'll have you know, that was my lunch. Can't believe I lost it. And if by bantam gua you mean my faithful steed, Honor, well, he's always getting into my foodstuffs. Has the appetite of a mammoth and the cunning of a fox, that one. Dispatch? Why would I do such a terrible thing? I adore those adorable pudge buckets. Alas, Scrook was standing a little too close when I opened my portal. Poor thing fell in and took a nasty spill. When the neck bone snaps, it makes an awful sound. Were the words the same for you? Sometimes written language likes to confuse me. Words change and switch places. Very annoying. Anyway, the gravestone mentions the betrayer. Sounds like a dastardly chap. Wonder if I ever met him. I don't have the slightest idea. The words inscribed upon it conjure up all kinds of questions, though. Who is this betrayer? Whom did he betray? Why did they bury only his head? And where did they put the rest of the poor fellow? I don't have a clue. Dragons? I haven't battled a dragon since... You know, I can't remember, but I'm certain I fought one or two in my day. I was a gallant knight, after all. Of course I'll help. I'll just need to do a little more digging into this dream thing first. Didn't we go over this? I'm a chivalrous knight. Oh, you mean the pale and dashing complexion? Well, I'm a soul shriven, a denizen of lovely Cold Harbor. I'm the oldest of my kind and a sort of role model, at least for those who haven't gone feral. It's called a helmet, I'll have you know, the proper headgear for a daring knight, not at all as pedestrian as the foppery you're adorned with. Sorry, old chap, your attire is perfectly adequate. Suits you to a tittle, really does.
Get down. I'll deal with this.
Oh, now you show up. Left me to deal with a dragon all by myself. It's a good thing I'm Abner Tharn and not, well, some lesser mage. I discouraged it, but not before it laid waste to most of the camp. We arrived to find the outpost being overrun by undead. Then the dragon attacked. I did what I could. I fear it wasn't enough. What about the power surges? Did you learn anything? The betrayer. There's a betrayer mentioned in the legends of Kunzari. It seems those stories continue to hound me. No matter. We can deal with that later. Right now, I want to know about Cadwell. Has he agreed to lend us his support? That doesn't surprise me. Cadwell and Strange go together like hot bread and butter. I need to recover my strength. Driving off that dragon took a lot out of me. Why don't you go help Chimera while I keep watch in case the great beast returns? Kunzari, hero of the Merethic era. Most of the legends are unbelievable, though the Khajiiti moon singers guard the secret history. Their tales led me to the halls of Colossus. But let's save this for a less dangerous time. Tell me about it.
Damn us for arriving too late. I did not expect to find our militia under assault by a horde of undead. And then the dragon. Oh, it tangles the tail, Walker, it truly does. The militia was already depleted from the fight to liberate Riverhold, but we were determined to press on toward Rimen. Between the undead and the dragon, though, we can barely hold this portion of the outpost. Retreat is not an option. Not yet. Our resistance to Euraxia's rule requires more than just soldiers. There are intelligence reports, safe house locations, lists of supporters. Document we cannot afford to lose. Search the ruined camp and locate the documents, Walker. They are vital to our efforts to free Rimen from Euraxia's rule. And if her forces acquire them, those who help us will be exposed. Recover the documents from mail sacks in the camp and get them to Captain Nalado. Then meet us to the south.
If you're so fascinated by the dead, why don't you join them?
This one doesn't know you, but at least you aren't a walking corpse. This one must ask, why are you here? Bright moons! This one thought these were lost forever. You saved many lives at great risk to your own walker. You have Nalado's respect. This one will guard these documents with her life. That was one of Euryxia, the usurper queen's pet necromancer. His undead devastated our troops, so this one took pleasure in ending his existence. Now, Nalado must return to Riverhold and consult with Garashri. We must find a way to go on. Euryxia's chief necromancer, Zumag Fum, has been with her for some time, but our intelligence suggests his followers have only recently rallied to her side. Find Abnortharn and Carmira. Tell them to meet us in Riverhold.
I've spotted dragons circling in the distance from time to time, but it doesn't look like the winged monster that attacked the camp will return today. Was your hunt successful? Did you recover the documents that Chimera sought? I must join them there. The Khajiit forces have been decimated by this attack. It will take every strategy I can devise to help Garashri prevent the collapse of his militia. The appearance of so many undead, though, that concerns me. Yes, I read the reports. Zumog Foom and his necromancers working for my despicable half-sister. Such magic leaves behind a miasma of stench and decay. It leads to the mountains to the west, but I can't pinpoint an exact location. I've dabbled with the dark arts myself and have no objection to practitioners who want to explore the limits of death and undeath. No. I am more concerned about those mages of any stripe who use their powers to harm and destroy. Good idea. Dragons are bad enough, but undead tend to go on without end. Better to deal with them now, before Euryxia's power becomes more than we can contain. I've spotted dragons. I must join them. Yes, I read the report. Good idea. In such a direct manner? Yes, as far as we know. Find the source of... In case...
Oi, Wanderer, you have some time? Welcome to the Prowl, friend. Lovely, eh? We sure could use some help to keep it that way. A bloody dragon swept through here recently. Can you believe that? Burned out a decent chunk of the Prowl and ate up the animals too. Now, a flock of poachers have moved in to kill the few beasts we have left. We could really use some help. Wait, does that mean you're in? Really? Zen's prize, that's good to hear. I work on a ranch east of here, just past the ridgeline. Talk to the owner, Nimaya. She'll give you all the details and get you sorted. Thanks again, friend.
Better not be another bother.
I did not expect to see you in this desolate place, Walker. Did Captain Nalado send you? Or have you come to join us as we hunt the dragon that killed so many of our warriors? Then our missions coincide. We can work together to destroy the undead and slay the dragon. It will be glorious. When we finish with the hunting and the slaying, we can report our success to Lord Gareshri. I do not take orders from that old battle mage. Besides, the blood of Khajiiti warriors cries for vengeance. To disregard that cry, that is not a shame I can bear. No, I must do this. I must strike back and show my people that hope survives. The worthy life is full of risk, Walker. I assumed you knew that, given what you do. I will tell you a secret, though. Before my parents died, they gave me a pendant. As long as I wear it, Jode watches over me and provides his protection. To Jode, yes, but also to my family and heritage. I suppose you could call it an heirloom. It helps me in my role as agent for Lord Gareshri, and that is all I will say about it. Now, let us go inside and find the Necromancer and the dragon. With me! Stay close. We will hunt these necromancers down and end this dragon. Foul creatures! Cut them down! Life Claw! Destroy the Necromancer!
No more excuses. No more delays. Double your output or your reanimated body will march at the head of Euraxia's forces.
Never interrupt my work! Rend your flesh from your bones! These bones cannot be broken! Death conquers all fools!
Challenge Mulamnir?
Dragonfire, move!
Little morsel. Mulamnir would talk to you. Look upon Mulamnir in despair, morsel. You have no chance against me, no chance at all. But Mulamnir can be merciful. Come, let us talk. Mulamnir wants you to understand the challenge before you. Our puppet, Euraxia, commands a legion of soldiers, an army of necromancers, and a horde of undead. Add my dragon brothers, and the hopelessness of your cause becomes obvious. You and Abnathon are insignificant, but even an infinitesimal flea can irritate after it crawls beneath the scales. I offer you one last chance to survive. If you and the battle mage leave Elsweyr, my brothers and I will not hunt you down. Then you will die. But not before we slaughter your friends and set fire to Elsweyr. Once we reduce this land to so much ash, only then will I tear you apart. So promises Mulamnir, whose claws have dealt 1,000 deaths. Leave Elsweyr, little morsel. Tell the battle mage, if I see you again, you will die.
Fiveclaw, are you all right? I heard what the dragon said. Perhaps my confidence was a bit misplaced. That creature was much bigger than it appeared when it flew over the camp. I never jump without first knowing where my feet will land. Also, I have very sharp claws. We lost so many today. The dragon, that Mulamnir, it has much to answer for. We defeated the Necromancer and shut down one of their undead foundries. We need you and Tarn, despite my dislike of the man. But what the dragon intimated about Euraxia, it called her its puppet. I fear the dragons control the Rimmen throne now. Yes, you must do that. I will join you after I take care of the remains of my soldiers. They died bravely and deserve to receive the proper sacraments. Go to Riverhold. I will see you there.
we've had this conversation already, then I wanted to thank you for the useful advice. But if I haven't seen you since our talk at that mysterious gravestone, which seems much more likely, then I could really use your help. Did I mention the dreams? Visions, really? They come and go without warning, like seeing through someone else's eyes. Quite disconcerting in an interesting sort of way. Anyway, my trusty shovel and I, we searched that entire grave, and it was gone. The betrayer said the dreams, the visions, they drew me there, but someone got to it before I did. I have the strangest sensation in the pit of my tummy. It could be the cobweb porridge I had for breakfast, or something bad is about to happen. Well, that's sort of like leaping from the cliffs of failure without a rope, or at least without tying the end off first. I can't tell you how many times I've made that mistake. Oh, Abner wants to see you. He's in the town hall with the cat general.
At this point, we need to come up with a plan that takes into account Euraxians, Necromancers, and dragons. I proposed a few options, but Gereshri wasn't sold on any of them. Tell me, what of Chimera and the source of the undead? You paint a troubling picture, my friend. Still, we need to celebrate every victory we achieve. I fear such triumphs will be few and far between. Do you have anything else to report? My half-sister likes to think that she's in charge. She won't take kindly to being called a puppet. As for leaving Elsweyr, I think not. Obviously this Mulamnir fears us. Otherwise the dragon wouldn't have deigned to talk to you. Every conversation I have with Cadwell makes my head throb, but one mystery at a time, if you please. Now, if only I could get my half-sister to listen to reason and see that the dragons are using her. Apali? I may not like her, but we are family. Besides, it would give the Khajiit time to regroup. You're beginning to think like a Tharn, my friend. Here, take this. Gereshri gave it to me, but I refuse to accept payment for my services. A parley with Euraxia is a capital idea. I'll send word to Rimmon to expect us. I imagine my half-sister will treat me to take my station and agree to the meeting. Attend to any other matters if you must, then see me when you're ready to leave. It just so happens I already have one. It involves distracting my half-sister with wit, charm, and words she barely comprehends. Oh, and you. Euraxia never could resist a pretty face. You'll pretend to be my bodyguard and personal band. Consider it obfuscation to hide your true purpose. We don't want to give Euraxia a reason to react poorly to overtures of reconciliation. Not that I expect to reach an accord, but still. Meet me in Rimmon and we'll enter the palace together. Go on, go on. I'm capable of traveling to Rimmon on my own. We'll meet up at the city gates and go to the palace from there. I'm relatively certain Euraxia will honor the parley, but be prepared for anything. She's still a Tharn, after all. We're not very close, in case I haven't made that abundantly clear. Euraxia is an accomplished mage in her own right. My younger sibling has always been ambitious, but I didn't realize the extent of her aspirations until the Frostfall coup. About 6 years ago or so, while Emperor Varen was busy with his rebellion, Euraxia took advantage of the confusion to lead a column of Nibonese mercenaries into northern Elsweyr. She declared herself Queen of Rimmon and its adjacent fiefs. Of course not. The Khajiit called her the Usurper Queen, remember? Once Varen became Emperor, he had other problems to worry about. Same with Queen Irene. As long as the Alliance War occupies her forces, the Khajiit are on their own out here.
This one hates the idea of talking to the Usurper Queen. We should be stabbing her in the neck. Still, Nalado sees the necessity, even if she doesn't like it. Euraxia will almost certainly betray you, so be careful when you face her, yes? By marching into Elsweyr with a mercenary army and slaughtering our rightful Khajiit rulers. Not only did the usurper slay our king and queen, she murdered the rest of the royal family. Her crimes, they swarm around her like flesh flies on dung.
A parley with the usurper queen. I doubt she'll agree to any sort of diplomatic solution. But it will buy us time to replenish our resources. Very well. Take Tharn and meet with Euraxia. In the meantime, we will rebuild what remains of the militia. She marched into Anequina with a mercenary army and conquered Rimmon. Her forces killed the royal family, and she illegally proclaimed herself queen. That makes her a usurper. I pray I live.
The Khajiit here are in desperate need of supplies for their war effort. And Manassi? Why, he is more than happy to provide. The Khajiit here.
Good decision. On your way now.
Bazdal has been confined in Rimmon for far too long. He needs open fields to stretch and run. Instead, he is forced to walk crowded city streets.
I expected sorrow and despair, but the situation here goes beyond even my prophetic inklings. On the surface, yes, but peace through tyranny provides false harmony. Euraxia uses fear and threats of violence to keep the Khajiit in line, making them second-class citizens in their own province. It appalls me to think Euraxia and I are related. It would be better if I showed you. Follow me, and I'll demonstrate the true depths of my half-sister's villainy. Her grip on Rimmon is far tighter than it appears. Very well. But what I'm about to show you isn't for the faint of heart. Follow me. Have you ever visited a Rimmon workhouse? They treat the Khajiiti workers worse than slaves. It's that building over there. For most of Rimmon's Khajiit, it's the only job available to them. The workhouse serves to snare the poor and the destitute, those who fall behind on their debts. They come here to find employment and earn a decent wage, but the costs deducted to pay for room and board leave them worse off than they were before. One of the first things Euraxia did after declaring herself queen was to institute tariffs and fines that apply only to Khajiiti citizens. No one else needs the workhouse. A cruel tactic, but effective. The Rimmon Khajiit? No. Any complaints incur fines for causing a public disturbance or some other inane ordinance. No one wants to risk falling even further into debt. It's ingenious. Monstrous, but ingenious. Oh, Euraxia is clever. She pays the Khajiiti, and the workhouse isn't technically a prison. On the surface, it appears to be a place that helps society's unfortunates, but underneath, it's slavery without any of the uncomfortable trappings. Now, let's visit the Rimmon marketplace. Take a look around. Business seems to be thriving, but appearances can be deceiving. It may be hard to see, but the Khajiiti merchants struggle to keep their stalls open, while the less bestial business people rake in the profits. Euraxia would have you believe it's a matter of work ethic, but we know better. Unfairly doesn't begin to cover it. Khajiiti merchants must deal with high tariffs, extra inspection fees, costly licenses. Euraxia's squeezing them for every piece of gold imaginable. She even instituted a fur tax. On the surface, it seems reasonable to make Khajiiti pay for extra inspections to ensure their fur isn't getting into the products they sell. And while they do shed, it's just another way to discriminate against the rightful citizens of this land. Come along. I want to show you the improvements Euraxia made to the palace walls. See the trebuchets? Notice how they're aimed into the city below. See how the siege weapons sit upon the walls? When it comes right down to it, you're looking at the secret of my half-sister's success. How else do you think Euraxia maintains order and keeps the Elsweyr Defense Force at bay? She declared publicly, and has repeated often, that any attempt to liberate Rimmon will see her unleash the full fury of the siege weapons upon the city. If Euraxia can't have Rimmon, then neither can anyone else. She'd destroy the city in a heartbeat if she thought she was in danger of losing control. Of course, she tells her non-bestial subjects that only the Khajiit districts are targeted. Absolutely not. But the lie makes her supporters feel better. The Khajiit know that even a peaceful protest could result in the destruction of Rimmon. So far, no one has dared to challenge Euraxia's will in this matter, and for good reason. When we get to the palace, let me do the talking. As the Elder Tharn, I'll demonstrate my dominance over Euraxia and negotiate a cessation of hostilities.
Here come Queen Euraxia's guests now.
I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow. I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confidant, Sir Cadwell the Betrayer. Ah, yes. The Betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the dark night that once walked these lands. I exhumed his remains and reanimated him. Well, his head, it was all I could find. My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one.
Your insults won't hasten the process,
Presenting
Betrayer.
Abner Tharn, Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, half-brother. Your arrival, it's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen...
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
You heard her. Good luck.
My sources indicated that my half-brother's associate was somewhat taller. Oh well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with members of the losing side? A warning? How thoughtful. You do know that I defeated the Khajiit army and took control of the Rimmon throne? I am no one's puppet, I assure you. But why do you suppose I have anything to do with dragons? Oh, how precious. I hoped my pompous half-brother would provide an amusement, but this is even better. I have a chamber set aside in the dungeons just for you. We'll play the most interesting games, you and I, until your body gives out. Do not presume to lecture me. I make the rules here, not you or Abner. I have a special relationship with Mulanmir, an understanding. The dragons will secure my hold over Elsweyr, and there's nothing you or my half-brother can do to stop them. Enough! Zumog Foom, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Adaptorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given.
Now, half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I think not. Well, I suppose that could have gone better. I prepared for Euraxia's probable betrayal. Unfortunately, my teleport spell wasn't quite able to penetrate the palace wards, so we wound up down here, in the palace sewer. We heard two things of note. First, Euraxian forces have invaded the Desert Wind Adaptorium for some insidious purpose. And second, my vile half-sister ordered an attack on Riverhold. One thing at a time, my companion, one thing at a time. I need to recover my strength after teleporting us into this skeever hole. I'll need your help to get out of here. Then we can deal with both Desert Wind and Riverhold. The way out, finally. I can't abide another moment in this stench. Well, that's an experience I won't be adding to my memoirs. We'll separate here. Make it harder for Euraxia's lackeys to follow us. Now. Things actually turned out better than I expected. We know that Euraxia wants something from the Desert Wind Adaptorium, and we know she's about to launch a counter-strike against Riverhold. That's not exactly true. If my power wasn't depleted, well, let's not digress. I'll go to Riverhold and warn Garishri. We'll make sure the city is ready for the attack. Meanwhile, you find out what's happening at the Desert Wind Adaptorium. Adaptoriums serve the same function as monasteries in other parts of Tamriel. Desert Wind and its adepts follow the order of Jean Kaj. It's west of here, on the northern lip of the scar. Look for a side entrance if the main door is blocked.
I've learned so much since
Shore's bones. Rigert knew he should have brought more mead.
Your weapon must be an extension of your arm, Walker. Quickly you strike before the enemy has a chance to know you are there. That is the Khajiit way.
Let no Euraxian enter this holy place.
Invaders! This one will not allow you to enter this holy place. You! Zamorak cannot believe that you have joined the Usurper Queen. The Speaker of the Main sent you? This one expected we were on our own, what with the dragons and the battles to the north. Zamorak came down here to seal this path, but now he thinks the Uraxians seek the Grand Adept. Desert Wind holds many Khajiit secrets, and the keeper of those secrets is the Grand Adept. If you truly want to help, follow Zamorak to the Grand Adept's chambers. Nine Winds, no! Get to the door! Go! Save the Grand Adept! Zamorak cannot hold this for long! Go! This one will find another way inside.
You are too late. The Grand Adept revealed all that... I will wipe out the entire Order. None can deny Euraxia or her champion. Happening. Help me! Don't let Zumog Foom take my soul! Zumog Foom! This is the Necromancer's doing. Even in death, I continue to serve. He called it a blessing. Said it would protect me. Damn it! He claimed my soul! Please, you must help me. Release me from this curse. We came for an ancient secret, protected by the Grand Adept. She put up a good fight, I'll give her that. Zumog Foom seeks the location of the betrayer's body parts. I learned where the dismembered corpse was hidden. Now, please, help me!
You are wrong. The secret belongs to me. What the Battle Mage knew in life, she whispers to me in death. Soon Riverhold will fall, and the betrayer will be restored.
Let the fourth wind open the way. Grand Adept! No! Zamorak has failed. This one was too slow. Again. What has happened here? Who killed the Grand Adept? Zamorak thanks you for avenging the Grand Adept. But why did they attack this peaceful Adeptorium? Why kill a harmless old student of the Desert Winds? The Usurper Queen made a mistake when she had the Grand Adept killed. Whatever they came to find had an unintended consequence. It has roused the students of the Desert Winds. Zamorak pledges the Adepts to Gareshri's cause. Euraxia will fall. We are not many, but we are strong. The Adepts of the Desert Wind will aid the city. Zamorak will see you there, after he makes sure the Grand Adept receives the proper blessings.
Something about the water, Silujo. If you would just...
No adept can face the wastes alone, child. This one insists you stay.
Manassi is honored to offer his wares to warriors in such a noble rebellion. After all, no war can be won without the proper supplies.
I informed Garesh Ree and Chimera about what happened in Rimmon. They're mobilizing our remaining forces even as we speak. Now tell me, what did you learn at the Desert Wind Adeptorium? I often wondered who Cadwell was before he became a soul shriven. I know the tales of the betrayer, but I never equated the two. The Cadwell we know is so not that. We'll deal with Zumog Foom after we save Riverhold. Anything else to report? Well, that's a bit of welcome news. Many of the adepts have remarkable martial skills that we could surely make use of. Speaking of which, are you ready to help defend the city? For now, recover your strength and prepare yourself. Euraxia's forces will arrive soon, and we'll need you ready for the battle to come. And here, take this. Multiple Cadwells, Necromancers, Dragons, and now Euraxian soldiers marching on Riverhold. This day just keeps getting better and better. Regardless, there's much to do and not a lot of time to do it. The Euraxians... Yes, but Garish Rhee's scouts report that they're on their way. Our parley seems to have aroused Euraxia's anger. What remains Elsweyr's militia has taken up positions around town, but I fear they are too few in number. They need your help. Garish Rhee has placed the defense of the city in Chimera's hands. She moves the Desert Wind adepts, every volunteer she could muster, and what remains of the militia like pieces on a game board. Report. Find Chimera outside and see what she requires. Euraxian soldiers...
I sent Chimera out to coordinate the city's defenses while Tharn and I continue to refine our strategy. Can we hold this city, or should we fall back? I hope the battle mage can pull a miracle out of his ear, but we cannot count on that. Chimera knows Riverhold and its people well. Her training has prepared her for this. She is more than capable of organizing our defenses and converting our strategies into actionable tactics. She is very good at getting things done. When Euraxia first conquered our home, she occupied the entire upper tier of northern Elsweyr, from Riverhold to Rimmen. It took many years and much blood to retake the northwest and confine her to Rimmen. I have no doubt she will attack. It won't be easy, but our strategy is sound and Chimera excels at executing tactics. Between Captain Nalado's remaining warriors and the Desert Wind adepts you brought, we should have the forces we need, provided Euraxia does not send a dragon.
We need your cart to help barricade the city, Grishka. The main will compensate you for any damage. I knew nothing good would come of Abner Tarn's efforts to make peace with the usurper queen. Now she turns her attention to Riverhold. We must protect the city, no matter what Euraxia throws at us. So many have answered the call. Zamorak and the Desert Wind adepts, the people of Riverhold. Even that strange Cadwell. And now you, Fiveclaw. Excellent! I have things that need to be done, but not enough hands to do them. If you are willing... The outlying farms are vulnerable to attack. We need to get the farmers inside the walls before Euraxia's forces arrive. Go to Greenleaf Farm and convince Zazie to move her family. After that, I will send word as to what I need you to do next.
Oh, this spring is waiting on the hook. Then put salt in the tiny note.
This one would go with you to the Greenleaf Farm. The farmers there were kind when Zamorak passed that way on his return. He would help you convince them to find safety inside the town. Exile. Circumstances forced Zamorak to leave the land he loves. This one never imagined returning to Elsweyr, but here he is. Zamorak will help, though he prefers to utilize his healing skills over his martial abilities. Zamorak understands, but that may be easier said than done. The last time this one used his martial skills, well, things did not go well. We can discuss this. The fastest way to reach the farm is through the gate in the western wall.
Yes, Captain. The scouts report the Euraxians are marching in this direction.
As we expected. Now move. We still have much to do before they get here.